The Electoral Commission is required to ensure that the organs of the state avail you adequate security wherever you are as a presidential candidate, either at home or on the road or in your office, whichever place you are. Accordingly, we are going to hand over to you a security vehicle together with security personnel who will be at your command to protect you at home and wherever you are. That vehicle is at our cost. We have attached a driver. We are going to pay him ourselves, fuel the vehicle, maintain it, and also pay the security personnel who will be guarding you. You don't have to pay them anything. After that activity, you are free to go to the media tent and address the media and the country so that they know candidate Munyagwa Barak Serunga is also on the stage. May I now invite members of the commission and yourself, we go and hand over your security vehicle. Thank you very much.
So the commission is going to lead you to your detail, protocol,
Well, Mubarak Munyagwa of the Commons Man's Party has also been duly nominated by the Electoral Commission. As we talk right now, what is going on right now, he is being handed over the security detail that is going to always escort him wherever he goes, even when the official campaign starts on the 29th of this very month. it will be that security detail that will actually be accompanying him wherever he goes within Uganda. It has been stated clearly that the Electoral Commission will be in charge of everything concerning the security detail, from transporting the candidate, but also giving him security at home, paying his salary, paying their salaries, but also when it comes to feeding. So what he has to do as an individual is to ensure that he gives them direction on wherever he wants to go and on whatever he wants to do. Apparently right now he's going to be addressing the media, so we shall be understanding from him part of the things that he thinks he will be doing during this term, that is if he's actually voted into office. So anytime from now we shall be handing over to him. He has actually moved with the symbol of Olusania, just as a symbol that probably it is everyone's time to actually enjoy, but also have what they have to have in that capacity. So for now, we are hearing from candidate Mubarak Munyagwa. Let's get to hear on what he's going to tell us right about now.
Oh, microphone, please. Microphone. Can this one reach?
Countrymen, particularly the common man down there. To be here today. Being here was not an easy journey. It was a journey full of hurdles. The process was quite stringent, but we endeavored with the help of our grassroots common people to sail through. I want to take this singular moment now to thank the Electoral Commission for exuding those levels of professionalism. At certain point we thought that we are only
So another aspirant will be on the way, will be coming before the commission shortly. So keep in your seats, and the commission will advise.
We are made to understand this aspirant entered these grounds before 4 p.m. just before 4 p.m. and the official period for closure of nominations is 4. However, under the law, if a person who is taking part in the electoral process reports to the nomination venue or polling station before that time, and the time finds him at that venue, he or she is entitled to be handled accordingly. The only difference is if the person arrives after 4 p.m. But since he arrived before 4 p.m., we shall proceed to handle his nomination process. Thank you.
Commission requests the protocol team to bring in the aspirant who has been waiting in the holding tent here in these premises. So the next aspirant is coming in. The next aspirant has walked in and is aspirant Frank Bulira from the Revolutionary People's Party. Mr. Bulira, you're welcome. With his delegation. Come with his delegation. Protocol, please let them sit. Thank you. And Lord Chair, I hand over to you. Lord Chair.
Thank you. Our guests, you're welcome. The aspirant together with your entourage to Lueza Electoral Commission grounds. Without much ado, may I ask you now to forward your papers through your agent. Bring your papers so that they can be subjected to verification.
To those who may be joining us at this time, and to the delegation that just walked in, what is happening is the commission has received the files, the documents of the aspirant, and the commission has now asked the technical team here to verify every element that is required under the law. And so they have submitted them here to this technical team of the Electoral Commission, from the legal department, from voter data management, from IT, from election management, to verify them. So they must confirm that the aspirant has filled the forms and in triplicate. That's what the commission guided earlier in the statements that it issued, and in the guidelines it issued when the exercise of preparation for presidential elections was flagged off on the 11th of August 2025, when those aspiring to contest for presidency began coming to the headquarters of the Electoral Commission to pick the forms. And this nomination exercise is taking place here at Ruowa, on the grounds of the Electoral Commission. The place where the Commission is constructing its headquarters, the first of their kind in its history. And so everyone that is being nominated from here is making and becoming part of history. So these are the EC grounds in Rweza. At Rweza, Rubowa. The people that understand sign language, we have a sign language interpreter there on the screen. Hope Nyamwiza, who is ensuring that this process is as inclusive as possible, that no one is left behind when it comes to following the electoral processes. And this is a commitment that the Commission has made, among other things, to ensure inclusivity, to ensure that no one is left behind. In fact, as part of the roadmap to the 2024-26 general election, the Commission undertook a comprehensive mapping of persons with disabilities across the country, mapping them and to polling stations. And it was the first such major audit and undertaking to make sure that the Commission gets to know who persons with disabilities are, where they are, what kind of disabilities they have, what kind of unique needs they have, to make sure that in the planning for now and for the future, those peculiarities that ensure inclusivity are taken into consideration. So the Commission, we are in advanced stages of the implementation of the roadmap that the Commission released for the 2025-26 general elections, with major milestones covered, including the demarcation of electoral areas. That happened at the end of last year. Demarcation of electoral areas at local government level. There was organization of polling stations. After organizing polling stations, you recall there was that period of the display, and there was also the update of the National Voters Register, which the Commission called upon all those that had it, what it takes or it took to participate in, by ensuring that those who were new voters, who had never been registered as voters, they are citizens, they are 18 years and above, could register as voters and be assigned polling stations. Being a voter is a choice according to the law. So a citizen chooses to be a voter by going to those centers that they went to register as voters. And during that period, there was also a window for those who wished to change their voting locations consistent with the law and following the requirements of the law. And then there was the display of the voters' registers at polling stations across the country. And there was an opportunity after the display for any complaints that came to be addressed by what the Commission put in place, the tribunals at parish level, to consider what the voters, the public was saying about the display. Those who are reported to have died and had not died, they would come and say, no, they're saying that I died, but no, I've actually not yet died, or I'm not dying soon. So there were those tribunals at parish level which had that feedback from the display exercise. And then we've been having elections for special interest groups. Special interest groups which are provided for in the Constitution as a form of affirmative action to categories of persons that have had some form of disadvantage in the past. So older persons, those who are 60 years and above, fall under that category of special interest groups. Persons with disabilities, and the disabilities are also defined in the law. And then we have youth. Those are three major categories of special interest groups. And then later there are others like the workers that have two strands of non-unionized work and all that. So just for our information.
Our distinguished guests, we have verified the papers of the aspirant, and we are satisfied that he has complied with the requirements of the Presidential Elections Act. Accordingly, I, Justice Byabakama Mugenyi Simon, being the returning officer for the nomination of presidential candidates, declare Bulira Frank Kavinga a duly nominated candidate in respect of the presidential elections 2026, having fulfilled the nomination requirements under the Presidential Elections Act, Chapter 179, Laws of Uganda. You are now a presidential candidate. Congratulations. Okay, you can, either you or your agent, sign here. Is that a red pen? Can go back. Candidate Bulira Frank Kavinga, as a duly nominated candidate, you'll be required to perform or do the following. 1, you are to appoint an official agent who will coordinate your campaign meetings and media program, and also attend meetings on your behalf where necessary. Secondly, you are to avail the Commission with the schedule of your campaign meetings and media program as soon as practicable to facilitate the smooth harmonization of all the candidates' campaign programs countrywide. Thirdly, you are to sign a memorandum of understanding with the Electoral Commission on compliance with the harmonized campaign program, timelines, and guidelines. Campaigns, as we mentioned earlier on, start on the 29th of this month for all presidential candidates. But that is after you have all harmonized your campaign programs before you get on the campaign trail. However, if you wish to meet your people today, your supporters, at a designated venue, you are at liberty to do that, provided you don't carry out public processions along the roads or markets or the business district or center of the city of Kampala and other areas. Now, the Electoral Commission is required to give you a copy of the National Voters Register in soft form. So I have the National Voters Register in soft form, which your agent can collect now. Secondly, under the Presidential Elections Act, the Electoral Commission is required to work with other state agencies to ensure that you are protected, you are given adequate protection or security, both on the road or wherever you are, and even at home. It's a 24-hour security network. We are going to hand over to you your security vehicle with the security personnel who will be guarding you or protecting you. That vehicle is a commission vehicle. It is being driven by a driver of the commission. We are fueling it, maintaining it, paying the driver, and paying the security. You don't have to pay anything. We are catering for all that by law. Thereafter, you are free to go to the media tent or media center, which is set up here, and address the press or the nation and tell them who you are and so on and so forth. that is at your will. But for us, what we have to do now, which is mandatory, is to give you a security vehicle and security detail. We can go and perform that function. After that, we shall come back here for further announcements or proceedings, whichever. Thank you.
Bulira Kavinga has been duly nominated by the Electoral Commission, and he joins the rest of the candidates who were actually nominated earlier from yesterday up to today. As of now, the Commission has actually duly nominated about 5 candidates. Those are the 5 that actually were nominated today, and as of yesterday, actually 3 of them were nominated. So you can clearly understand that so far we have 8 duly nominated candidates from yesterday. But as I talk now, the EC chairperson, that is Justice Simon Biabakama, together with the commission, they're actually leading the candidate to hand over the security detail that will be actually giving the presidential candidate a 24-hour security until when the final results will actually be announced. Frank Bulira Kavinga, from the Revolutionary People's Party, decided to make a decisive step, of course, in the 2025 race by submitting endorsement signatures, and of course today he has been duly nominated. He is actually known for his strong stance on federalism, but of course sending a clear message to the country. His declaration signals a fresh challenge in a political landscape that is actually dominated by long-standing leadership. I do understand very many people actually may not know about this gentleman who has been duly nominated, talking about Frank Bulira Kavinga. I should say that he is a veteran politician with a history of advocating for decentralization and governance reforms. Over the years, he has been actively actually involved in grassroots politics, and of course earning recognition for his efforts to represent marginalized communities and push for systematic change. But of course, what we wait to hear from us as the journalists, he will be talking to us in a few, but also to understand what exactly he is going to start with, probably in his first 100 days, or when actually the official date of the 29th for the campaign actually starts. But of course, we wait to see what the Revolutionary People's Party actually has for us. But like I said, he has actually joined the many who were duly nominated from yesterday, and as of now we are not yet sure whether we have any other candidate who are rather aspirant who will be actually coming through. But of course, if there is any, we shall be guided by the Electoral Commission, because all the commissioners, together with of course the chairman, Justice Simon Biabakama, they are all still around to ensure that actually the entire process ends successfully. But as of now, Frank Kavinga Bulira, the Revolutionary People's Party, of course he is being handed over the security detail that is going to be in charge of his security. The EC chairman has oftenly stated it that once you're duly nominated, you're no longer a normal citizen, because you're now a presidential candidate, and it is a mandate of the Electoral Commission to ensure that you are safe until the last day. So they will be using the security from today until when the elections start, but also until when the final declarations will be done, that is come next year, 2026. As I talk now, Mr. Bulira Kabinga. He's actually moving to the podium and he will be addressing journalists on what he actually thinks. He will be putting across, and we shall be asking him a few questions about what he will tell us and what more should actually Ugandans expect from him. So anytime from now, we shall be actually handing over to Frank Kabinga Bulira. We shall be understanding a lot more of the things that he has on plate, because he has actually to convince Ugandans on why actually they should put their trust in him to see if he can actually be the president of this nation. Right now, we do hand over to Frank Kabinga Bulira. Let us actually hear from him and get to understand what he has for the nation.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so delighted to be here this evening, and I'm so thankful to everyone who is here. Really, this is the day that the Lord has made.
Amen.
I'm the last candidate, but I'm sure by the beginning of 2026, I'll be the President of the Republic of Uganda. My name is Salongo Bulira Frank Kabinga. And when I was coming, you saw a heavy downpour. It had a message that Uganda is changing soon. In the next few months, we're going to have another president in Uganda. I'm the flag bearer for the Revolutionary People's Party, RPP, and the leader of Uganda Federal Democratic Organization, which was